drive. Hello, fellow parents, parents-to-be, pet owners. Other than that, I don't know why you'd be watching this 2023 Mazda CX-9 signature review. Jacob's got a cold, so I'm going to be doing a solo review today. And as most of you know, I bought a 2021 Mazda CX-5 as my personal family car. It's got the older infotainment in that one. This one actually has the newer one. This is a 3-row, and I feel like this is the jump that most people are doing. They go from a CX-5 to a CX-9 once they have more than one kid. So let's start off with the pricing of this one. The CX-9 starts at $42,050 Canadian, and they all have all-wheel drive, in Canada at least. And this top trim signature all-wheel drive with the red paint and the white interior is $56,695 Canadian. And then a 2023 CX-5 or CX-50 would be about 43,000 Canadian. So this is like 10,000 Canadian more fully loaded. So you probably want to know how much room there is in all 3 rows. Let's remember back to our last CX-9 review. Jacob said he couldn't fit in the front because his knee hit this. He's not here to test that today, so we're gonna assume he still can't drive this car well if he's over 6'1".
I'm alive.
But your knee doesn't fit.
No.
Second row, we've got captain's chairs because we have a higher trim. You can get a bench seat in lower trims, but the captain chairs are nice. You can move them forward and back. I can fit my Britax click-tight car seat in there, no problem. But on my CX-5, I usually have it in the middle. It does feel like there's a lot more room back there than the CX-5, which is nice. We've got this nice armrest area in the middle, and we got cup holders. It's heated back there, so that's pretty cool. And to fold the seats forward is very easy. They slide with like no issues at all. And in the back seat, if you sit in all 3 rows, like you care about the person behind you and they're the same height, you'll fit well enough. With all 3 rows up, the very back, there's just enough room for a carry-on, but more room than a lot of other 3 rows. And with the 3rd row all the way down, tons of room. 2nd row all the way down, lots of room. Sorry we still don't do the box test, but maybe we've got a clip from our 2019 CX-9 video to play. And then looking at the ground, we do have the upgraded Mazda floor mats in here, but I think it'd be a lot cooler with some TuxMat. Christmas is coming up. Make sure you order some as a gift for somebody, maybe for yourself. Look how much more coverage I get in my personal CX-5 with my TuxMat than I did with the original Mazda floor mats or the upgraded ones from the dealer. And are the seats comfortable? Yes, they're comfortable. Well, since we're in a higher trim, we've got upgraded lumbar and more adjustment up at the front. I think Jacob doesn't like Mazda seats as much as I do, but I think these are fantastic. No massage or anything yet. This isn't like Mercedes. This is like more Acura, and like you wouldn't expect massage in Acuras, would you? We should probably do a launch. I know Jacob's probably mad that we haven't launched it yet. Let's slow it down. Let's put it into our only sport mode. I mean our only drive mode. Technically not our only drive mode. We'll put it into sport. There's no eco, and we'll floor it. Definitely adequate. I think we should find out the horsepower and torque. 227 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque from a 2.5 inline turbo 4, but with premium gas you get 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. And then our other drive mode, instead of having a traction off mode, now we have a off-road mode, which I think is pretty much the same thing. It just helps the wheels do things a little bit better in the computer, but that's pretty much what they've done, is made the traction off mode and off-road mode button. We did test that out in the CX-30 and it did work really well, so I assume it's a similar system. Oh, I forgot something about the back row. We got built-in peasant blockers.
No peasants.
That's pretty nice. And then sunroof, we only have the small sunroof. We don't have the full big glass one, but the CX-50 had that, so I assume the next generation of the CX-9 might. I don't really know anything about the next gen of the CX-9. I'm still waiting for that refresh, but I am happy that they refreshed the interior infotainment. So we still have the old rotary wheel, the style of it or whatever, because the newer Mazdas have like that wider, lower profile one. But we do have the upgraded infotainment, and unlike my Mazda CX-5, with the old one, if I start the car, it takes like 40 seconds, 30 seconds to get the 360 camera working. This one works right away, higher quality, a great accurate representation, even though we got lines to stitch the 360 camera together. And I'm drinking my coffee, fits my Bronco cup that I got when the Bronco got announced, just fine. Visors will not pass, but I'll humor you anyway. 3, 2, 1, nothing. Just a little slider. And then another cool thing that the crazy people at Mazda for some reason did, when you're driving and you click your view button, it shows your 360 camera at like any speed. I didn't know you were allowed to do that. Other interior things, heated seats, cooled seats, ventilated seats, just like my CX-5. Normal shifter, that's nice. You've got all of the hard buttons so you can go from like your CarPlay to your music, your Sirius XM, all of that with the click of like one button. Yes, this has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. So yeah, if you want to go from like your home screen to your CarPlay projection, you just hold the home button and it switches. It's perfect. You don't have to dig through infotainments. Not a touch at all. I like that. People like Jacob hate that. They want to reach and click stuff sometimes. I get it, whatever. This does have Tune Mix. It's awesome. I love Tune Mix. My Mazda CX-5 just ran out of the trial that came with the car, so I'm gonna refresh it at the link that should still work. SiriusXM.com.ca/TheStraightPipes. Shout out SiriusXM for sponsoring us over the last year. Also probably a pretty cool gift for someone who's got a car and needs their subscription renewed. And then after reviewing everything with the price difference over a CX-5, I like that we have the same gauge cluster as the CX-5 and we still have the same hard buttons for all your climate as the CX-5 as well. But what my CX-5 doesn't have, we've got nice interior lighting at night, like that comes up underneath these door handles. Like that's really nice. We got this cool like silver carbon fiber-ish material. I like that. And you can get a whole bunch of different interior colors too. So like not just white, you can get dark ones, you can get browns. You can even get red if you get, I think, the Cura edition, which is like a gray exterior. They've got a lot of cool specs. But the main thing is, I think you need to get the GT at least to get a 360 camera, which I would highly recommend because I absolutely love this 360 camera. So that's like where you need to start. And GT starts at, it's at 51,000 Canadian. So that's like 9,000 more than the base one without the 360 camera. But if you don't need a 360 camera, then you could probably get the base. And then while driving in this, like if I'm upgrading from the CX-5 to this, I'd be doing it because I'd need it instead of a minivan. Also, if you're upgrading from a CX-5 or getting a CX-5 or a CX-9, hit up tsp.truecar.com. CX-5s are actually the third most sold vehicles on TrueCar from our link after Civics and Accords, I believe. I'm going to attribute that to y'all, the audience, trusting me with my car reviewing skills and my car reviewing purchases based off that. So thank you guys for buying CX-5s just like Yuri. I bet you they're all Crystal Soul Red Metallic. Speaking of Crystal Soul Red Metallic, if we get to the looks of this, we've got it in the perfect color. This one actually has the illuminated front grille, which I think is kind of cool, kind of cheese, but like it's all right, it's not bad. Still don't have upgraded body lines or whatever. Waiting for that refresh still, come on. But we do have 20-inch wheels, which my CX-5 only has 19, so that's kind of embarrassing for me. What would be the Continental recommended tire for a CX-9? That would be the Viking Contact 7 because it's winter. Also, I did notice on my personal CX-5 when I switched to the Cross Contact LX25s, handling felt a lot better. The car felt more quiet, smoother. So yeah, even if it's just summer tires you're getting, make sure you get Continentals. Are Continental tires a good Christmas gift for your family? If you want to be like the best gift giver ever, yeah, I just got some Viking Contact 7s for my grandma Betty for winter as a Christmas, not even a Christmas present, just because I wanted to get her some tires. So yeah, if you want to be the best gift giver ever, go to continentaltire.com/TheStraightPipes to find out what tire is perfect for your family's car. And there's also the Continental Total Confidence Plan, which can include some great options which you might not be able to get with other tire companies, like a limited time warranty, a mileage warranty, a customer satisfaction trial, road hazard coverage, flat tire roadside assistance, and even emergency trip interruption coverage. Check the website for details. And then this one does have a updated front end. The grille is kind of like a different pattern. I like it. There's a bunch of different grills you can get. All the colors are still like kind of pretty chill, nothing too crazy, unless you get this one, which is actually a pretty common color, but I don't know, I love it. You know how it is. The back end, same old chrome strip cross, looks cool. But speaking of the back end, unlike my CX-5, this does have kick to open for the trunk, the power trunk. So that's really nice. But still, this does not have a button to close and lock at the same time. It just has the close button, then you have to wait for it to close, then you have to click the button to lock it, which has become pretty annoying. Like, I just want to click that button and walk away, but now I have to like stand around and wait. And then on the sides, on the doors, it is the button to open and close, but that doesn't bother me. What bothers me about my Mazda CX-5 is I don't have a remote start. I can go to the dealer and buy one for $700 with the installation, but I don't know if I want to. This CX-9 has an app that lets you remote start the car, remote lock the car, see where it is. So the app is free for 2 years, and then after that, it's $21.95 a month. But if you get a 2-year package, it's $425, which brings it down to $17.70 a month. Or if you get a 3-year package for $525, that's $14.58 a month. Or if you get a 4-year package, that's $625 or $13 a month. So it's like, okay, in my CX-5, I can pay $700 to get a remote car starter installed. Or if I have a new CX-9, I get 2 years free plus $625, and then I get 6 years of remote car starting and location services and remote unlock. I don't know. I still don't know. I still feel like on the edge about subscription stuff. Like, I think I'd rather just have a remote car starter installed. Like, I don't know if I need the location thing. But then it is nice to get like notifications to your phone if something goes wrong with your car. But I'm still on the edge. Handling. Handles fine. Big SUV. Nothing special. Nothing not special. Just normal, good. Slightly above average on the on-ramps that I took while driving this big old family car that people aren't going to race. And comfort, pretty comfortable. Not uncomfortable. Not super comfortable. This is just like straight up, non-offensive, comfy, decent handling SUV with 3 rows. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about the competition a little bit. Ford Explorer, Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade, Nissan Pathfinder, Toyota Highlander. We haven't driven one yet, but I was in a Highlander in an Uber, and it was really nice. So I will try to book one of those for all of y'all. Chevy Traverse. Fun fact, we are the most subscribed to most viewed car review channel in the world who has reviewed a Chevy Traverse. Facts, look it up. And then there's also the Subaru Ascent, which there's a new one that just came out. I think it's like pretty ugly with the new front end, but we haven't driven it yet. So of all of those, I mean, probably like the closest thing you'd want to like compare this to would be like the Telluride and the Palisade, which has, I think, nicer tech, but maybe not better usability in their tech. So that might be good. That'll have better lane keep than this, because this only has like lane departure assist on the highway and stuff. But Mazdas are kind of meant for you to like do all the driving yourself. But then this does have like good radar cruise and all that stuff. We got a head-up display in this. That's nice. Sound system, we got a good Bose sound system in here. I just found a new music I like to listen to for my kid. It's called Gracie's Corner. So if you have a kid, check that out. I feel like the power is better in this though than it would be in the Palisade or the Telluride. Wouldn't consider a Pathfinder over this, I don't think, even though it does have better lane keep, radar cruise, all that stuff. Traverse, no. Ascent, I really don't like the looks of that. Pilot, there's a new one, but we haven't driven it, so that doesn't exist yet. So I think, like, you know, if I had more than one kid, it would probably be time to upgrade to this instead of a minivan. My wife hates minivans. She said she would way rather have this over a minivan. She loves the interior, loves everything about it, loves how familiar it is compared to her Mazda. Even though you can get a lower trim one for like around the same price as a CX-5, I don't know, I kind of like having the 360 camera and maybe a couple more options, but if you need more room but only have CX-5 money, it's still probably pretty good to get one of these. So if you're gonna do that, hit up tsp.truecar.com to get a CX-5 or a CX-9. If you need some tires, Viking Contact 7s, continental.com/TheStraightPipes. If you wanna protect your beautiful carpets, TuxMat.com/TheStraightPipes will be a great gift. Thank you all for watching. Jake will be back soon, and see you later. I don't have a snazzy outro catchphrase yet. I'll work on it for solo reviews.